Imagine selecting the greatest team that ever lived. Cruyff alongside Messi. Paolo Maldini with Cristiano Ronaldo. Sure, they can never play together, but this is the show made of dreams. And these are teams plucked from the heavens. This time on Dream Teams, the legends that built Barcelona into more than a club. Who makes it in and who misses out? Then the best 11 from a generation of greats to have played for Carlo Ancelotti. No guidelines, no rules, only opinions. On the show that dares to dream.
I don't listen to what he says.
I'm a special one.
Mind control.
Yeah. I am the greatest.
In a little over a decade, Barcelona has grown from merely one of the world's leading clubs to the benchmark for the modern era. It wasn't just the trophies, although there were plenty of those. It was the Catalan club's style that stood out.
It's a clearly defined system, based on keeping the ball, taking the initiative and playing attacking football. Everyone who was at Barcelona or came in knew exactly the football concepts.
With a generation of world-class talents coming through the youth academy La Masia, Barca won La Liga 8 times, the Copa del Rey 4, and the Champions League on another 4 occasions, all in just 12 years, twice winning all 3 trophies. Those modern-day greats will dominate Barcelona's dream team, which is set up in the same 4-3-3 formation that has brought so much success. But the manager most associated with that era, Pep Guardiola, won't be in charge of the team because he'd never accept the job ahead of his own manager, Johan Cruyff. Cruyff was the best by far, Guardiola said. Creating something new is the difficult part. Cruyff's 90s unit won 4 league titles and the 1992 European Cup and was known as the Dream Team. So it's fitting that he'll manage the Barca Dream Team. But it's a man who represents a rare Cruyff misstep in goal. Andoni Zubizarreta, who would later serve as the club's sporting director, gets the #1 jersey in a close call over the winged cat. And Toni Rameyets, who won 6 La Liga titles in 16 years with the club. Along with the 4 league titles, Zubizarreta won the Copa del Rey twice and captained the European Cup winning team in 1992. But 2 things never happened again after a complacent Barca lost the Champions League final 4-0 to Milan 2 years later. Zubizarreta never played for the club again, and Cruyff never won another trophy. But Zubizarreta will get to rectify that, returning here as the keeper. But who'll join this dream teamer in the ultimate Barcelona lineup? Find out after the break. Barcelona's run of success that came after Pep Guardiola's appointment as manager in 2008 is thanks in large part to the modern-day greats that came through the club's La Masia Youth Academy. Guardiola didn't have much success in the transfer market, but one of his best signings was one of his first, the right-back Dani Alves, who arrived from Sevilla. The Brazilian won 23 trophies in 8 years, was in the FIFPro World 11 6 times, and his overlapping runs were vital to the Barca style of play. So Alves is the right back in our Barcelona dream team. And his old captain, Carles Puyol, is beside him, standing out with the shaggy locks that earned him the nickname Captain Caveman. Puyol led the Blaugranas with distinction.
Puyol's got a quality is that he had always gave 100%, let's put it that way, or more than 100% in every circumstance, in every game.
With 6 La Liga titles, 2 Copas, 3 Champions Leagues, a string of individual honours, not to mention the 2010 World Cup with Spain, Puyol is a must-have, with 2 leading contenders for the other centre-back slot. There's Puyol's partner for 6 years, Gerard Piqué, and Cruyff's disciple, Ronald Koeman. Piqué, a youth teamer who returned from a spell with Manchester United in 2008, became one of the game's best central defenders, solid technically and providing an attacking threat. Koeman demonstrated those same qualities after Cruyff brought him in from PSV in 1989.
I think he was one of the first central defenders with the quality not just to defenders. I think Johan Cruyff bought Ronald Koeman for show us, for teach us why we need a central defender like Ronald.
Lethal in dead ball situations, Koeman scored the winner in the 1992 European Cup final, the most important of the 88 goals he scored in 6 years with the Catalan club. A stellar output for a defender. So Koeman completes the central defensive pair in the Barca dream team. And at left back is the captain of the legendary 50s unit, Juan Segarra, who also led the Spanish national team. Segarra's team won 2 league titles and 3 cups to begin the 50s, and he finished with 4 and 6 overall. A courageous, athletic and versatile player, Segarra would have no problem fitting in alongside the modern greats. He completes the back 4. Nowhere is the Cruyff blueprint stronger than in the midfield trio, which begins with Xavi, whose passing made the great Barcelona teams tick.
Every player who receives a ball from Xavi has no problem with receiving, because the ball has been hit the way it should be.
Xavi left in 2015 after 8 La Liga titles, 3 Copas del Rey and 4 Champions Leagues, and was central to Spain's World Cup win. He's a lock in Barca's greatest 11, with his former manager beside him. It's Pep Guardiola, who was known as the on-field extension of Cruyff's management. A deep-lying playmaker armed with vision, tactical intelligence, and above all, leadership. He won La Liga 6 times, the Copa del Rey twice, and that '92 European Cup. And despite all his success as a manager, Guardiola's place in this dream team is in the midfield. And completing the central trio is another modern-day hero in Andrés Iniesta, who gets the nod ahead of Michael Laudrup, one of the greats of the 90s, who fell out with Cruyff and moved to rivals Real Madrid in '94. Although his quality was never in dispute, Iniesta's best years began with Guardiola's appointment in 2008. Consistently excellent while still stepping up in the big games. None bigger than the 2010 World Cup final, where he hit the winning goal. The versatile Iniesta is on the left of our midfield. To the attacking trident, and the first place has to go to Lionel Messi, the central figure in Barcelona's greatest era. The Argentine came through the Barca youth system as the club paid for his treatment for a growth hormone deficiency. and he repaid that investment by becoming the best player in the world and the greatest ever to pull on the Blaugrana strip. In 2014, he became the club's record goalscorer. The following year, he won his 5th Ballon d'Or, and the team and individual honors have piled up. There is no doubt over Messi's place in this team. Leading the line is Barcelona's player of the 20th century, Laszlo Kubala. Signed in 1950 after escaping from communist-ruled Hungary, Kubala made his debut the following year and led the club to 4 La Liga titles and 5 cups. Combining an imposing physique with previously unseen technical skills, Kubala's quality attracted so many fans to Barcelona's matches that the old Les Corts ground couldn't fit them in. So the Camp Nou was built, a giant arena that Kubala had made necessary. With Kubala in, that means 6 Ballon d'Or winners and a FIFA World Player of the Year all miss out. Playmaker Luis Suarez, who later dazzled with Inter, won the Ballon d'Or in 1960. Risto Stoichkov then won it in 1994, the same year that Romario was World Player of the Year. Rivaldo won the Ballon d'Or in '99 and Ronaldinho in 2005. While the phenomenon Ronaldo and now persona non grata Luis Figo began their winning years with Barca before leaving midway through. They miss because there can only be one man to fill the last place in this team, Johan Cruyff. The Dutchman won 2 of his 3 Ballons d'Or with Barca, although he only took the league once, the drought-breaking 1974 triumph. But in terms of influence, nobody can match Cruyff, who defined Barca's style as a player, and then, of course, as a manager. Here, Cruyff takes both roles to complete the Barcelona Dream Team. He may even insert one of these great players that we've chosen on the bench in place of himself, like Stoichkov, or perhaps Diego Maradona, who stayed for just 2 years, arriving and departing for world record fees. Now it's your turn. Who makes your Barcelona Dream Team? Visit our Facebook page Dream Teams HQ to have your say and to compare teams with other viewers from around the world. Let the debates begin. Next on Dream Teams, fitting a generation of the world's finest into Carlo Ancelotti's greatest 11. Carlo Ancelotti is one of today's most respected managers, with a track record of success built over 2 decades on the touchline. At AC Milan, he's a true club legend, a 2-time European champion as a player in 1989 and 90, and again as manager in 2003 and 2007. But his career has passed through other grand football institutions, and he's fielded many of the finest talents of their generation. Ballon d'Or winners like Fabio Cannavaro, Ronaldinho, both Ronaldos. So how to pick the best 11 to have played under the Italian? One place to start is longevity. With the exception of his 8-year spell at Milan, Ancelotti has never stayed for more than 2 years at a single club. So to knock out a Milan long-termer, a player needs to have done something pretty special. But plenty have done just that. The team lines up in a 4-3-1-2, like the unit that won Ancelotti's Milan, the 2003 Champions League final. And just as then, the back half will be rock solid. Milan's keeper for 10 years, and all 8 under Ancelotti, was the Brazilian Dida, who was often brilliant but occasionally perplexing. But he's up against 4 of the great glovemen: Gianluigi Buffon, from his Parma days in the 90s. Edwin van der Sar, in goal for Juventus at the turn of the century. Petr Cech, a double winner at Chelsea, and Iker Casillas, in goal when Real Madrid claimed La Decima. Buffon anchored the Parma team that went within 2 points of the club's first title. But Ancelotti's 2 years were ultimately trophyless, while his spell with Van der Sar at Juve yielded only an Intertoto Cup. Casillas won a Copa del Rey and Champions League double, but he was already on the decline by then. Cech, however, had 2 of his best years under Ancelotti. The 2010 double contributed to an overall tally of 4 Premier League titles and 4 FA Cups, and the following season he was Chelsea's Player of the Year. So we've picked Cech between the sticks for the Ancelotti Dream Team. Cech's teammate Branislav Ivanovic and another of the Parma greats in Lilian Thuram just miss out at right back, as does Milan legend Alessandro Costacurta. But it's another Rossoneri star who gets in, the Brazilian great Cafu. A 2-time World Cup winner, Cafu arrived at the San Siro in 2003 to replace an aging Costacurta. His 5 years included a FIFPro World 11 nod in 2005 and the 07 Champions League, and he's the first of Ancelotti's Milan teams to get chosen here. The second is at centre-back, Alessandro Nesta, who was already one of the best defenders in the game when Ancelotti plucked him from Lazio in 2002. He won the Champions League twice and was at his best in 2005 and 2007, picked in the FIFPro World 11. A constant during his time at Milan, Nesta demands inclusion, but for his partner in central defence, we're looking elsewhere. Specifically to Real Madrid, and the man who developed a knack for vital goals, Sergio Ramos. 2 in the Champions League semi-final in 2014, and a late equaliser to send the final to extra time, where Real clinched Ancelotti's 3rd European title as manager. Ramos will go down as one of Los Merengues' greatest, and Ancelotti called him the most complete defender he has managed.
He has a bit of everything. He has quality with the ball. He has a strong personality and is capable of leading the line. So he is the most complete defender.
So the Spaniard takes the 2nd central defensive place. On the left, despite great contributions from Ashley Cole in 2 years at Chelsea, Maxwell in a year and a half at Paris Saint-Germain, and Marcelo in 2 at Real Madrid, there's no beating the Milan icon, Paolo Maldini, who played for the Rossoneri for 25 seasons, including all 8 of Ancelotti's tenure. In total, Maldini won 7 Serie A titles and 5 Champions Leagues, and was UEFA's Club Defender of the Year as late into his career as 2007. Maldini makes it 3 of the back 4 from Ancelotti's Milan days. In the midfield, it gets even harder to break the Milan stranglehold, because the first slot has to go to Clarence Seedorf, the creative force of the Rossoneri. Recruited by Ancelotti from crosstown rivals Inter, the Dutchman spent 7 years under the manager and 10 overall with the club. He won 2 Scudetti and was UEFA's best midfielder in 2007, the year of his 4th and Ancelotti's 2nd Champions League title. Another Milan maestro brought from Inter is Andrea Pirlo, who arrived a few months before Ancelotti and became one of Italy's greatest ever players under his guidance. Pirlo spots a pass in a split second that lesser players could spend a whole lifetime waiting to see, is one of the manager's most famous tributes to Pirlo. An unabashed fan, the manager even tried to sign him again after moving to Chelsea. But Pirlo stayed to win a second Scudetto with Milan, and including his Juventus days, finished with 6 overall. There can be no question over Pirlo's place in the Ancelotti Dream Team. But it won't be a Milan clean sweep of the midfield, as Gennaro Gattuso misses out due to the sheer quality of his competitors. They include Chelsea hero Frank Lampard, who had his most prolific season under Ancelotti, along with 2 Real Champions League winners in Luka Modric, the star Croatian playmaker, and Xabi Alonso, who was reunited with the manager at Bayern. They are 3 of the very best midfielders of the 21st century, but none of them made it either. Which great has beaten all of them for a place in Carlo Ancelotti's dream team? Find out after the break. Frank Lampard, Luka Modric and Xabi Alonso are 3 of the best midfielders of their generation. Lampard's forward thrusts, Modric's magical playmaking, and Alonso's metronomic control. But they're all squeezed out of the dream team of Carlo Ancelotti's greatest players in favor of one Zinedine Zidane. Zidane, who later served as an assistant to Ancelotti at Real Madrid, played under the Italian at Juventus. Although they have only an Intertoto Cup to their name from their 2 years together in Turin, he won the second of his 3 FIFA World Player of the Year awards during Ancelotti's reign. The 1998 Ballon d'Or winner, Zidane's status as an all-time great cannot be disputed. That leaves our attacking midfielder. And another of the Real Madrid crew, Gareth Bale, is in the running against 2 others to win the Champions League under Ancelotti. There's Rui Costa, who played in the 2003 final, and Kaká, the star of the 2007 triumph. Costa's 5 seasons also yielded a Scudetto and Coppa Italia, but his spot was taken by Kaká, who signed in 2003 and was Serie A Footballer of the Year the following season. The Brazilian won the same award in 2007, the year of his Ballon d'Or, among many other individual gongs. It's enough to give Kaká the nod. And he'll slot in just behind the 2 strikers. With 2 places left, one just has to go to the greatest player Ancelotti has managed, Cristiano Ronaldo. The Merengue talisman has broken records and dropped jaws since his arrival in 2009. But the 2014 Champions League, when Real was crowned European champion for the 10th time, was what he was brought to Madrid to achieve. With another Champions League in 2016, his 3rd overall, and many other team and individual honors, CR7 is one of the greatest players of all time and a shoo-in for the Ancelotti Dream Team. That leaves just one place and the choice of some of the era's deadliest strikers. Hernan Crespo, who played under him at Parma and also on loan at Milan. Alessandro Del Piero, the Juventus legend. Filippo Inzaghi, who played under Ancelotti for 8 years and hit both of Milan's goals in the 2007 Champions League final. Didier Drogba, who scored 27 goals in Chelsea's double-winning campaign. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, whose stunning first year with Paris Saint-Germain came under the Italian. Karim Benzema, one of Real Madrid's fearsome attacking trident. But we've overlooked them all in favor of Andrei Shevchenko, who was prolific for Ancelotti at Milan and the club's top scorer in derbies against Inter. His strike in the 2003 Champions League semi against their rivals sent the Rossoneri to the final. And he was Serie A's top scorer the following season when Milan captured the Scudetto. Shevchenko won the Ballon d'Or that year, and he completes Carlo Ancelotti's dream team, one with 7 Milan players. His captain for all 8 years at Milan, Paolo Maldini, gets the armband here too, with the sole PSG representative, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and the only Parma and Bayern players, Lilian Thuram and Xabi Alonso, on the bench, as are Inzaghi, Drogba, Bale and Dida. Our time is up on Dream Teams, but visit our Facebook page Dream Teams HQ and tell us who's in your Carlo Ancelotti and Barcelona Dream Teams. Let the debates begin.